Hi guys, it's Vinny, and before I get into the topic today, I just want to point out, sorry for looking so rough today. I'm looking a little bit more feminine than I normally would like to, but it's been like a little bit of struggle convincing myself to record a video, and it's not because I don't want to, because I absolutely want to, and I absolutely have so much to say, but it's just because today's been one of those days that it's just been dragging, and I'm like ready to go to sleep, and I'm ready to start it over, new day. But I know that I will just feel so guilty and so defeated if I don't drag myself and get out of bed. So, you know, hope you don't mind. Anyway, today I wanted to just vent a little bit about the news that I got recently. So I've been waiting very patiently to hear any kind of news back from the disability services, and it was in so it's March now, so it was in January that I went to go see an administrative law judge to basically see if they'll find me eligible for disability. And when I went, basically there was no decision at the end of the trial, and the judge, who was very nice, he was a very kind man, he said that basically he was kind of baffled at the fact that nobody has sent me to go get a psychological evaluation. And I was like, well, me too, because you would think they would want to have that on file. So he said basically he was just going to send me to go do that, and then he was going to make my decision with that information as well. So, it's been 2 months, and finally I got a letter in the mail telling me that next month I will have my date mid next month. And I was reading, I got a little bit hung up on the wording, the phrasing of the letter that I received, and I don't know, there's something about it, and I know it's probably nothing. I know it's probably my anxiety just talking it up to me, making it more personalized than it is, but I really don't appreciate hearing the phrase, because we have found insufficient evidence that you are disabled, we need to send you to this evaluation. And I'm like, what are you talking about, insufficient evidence? I'm pretty sure my 3 years of therapy, both of my psychiatrist and all that other stuff that I've also supplied for just other things that I have going on, I'm pretty sure that is sufficient medical evidence. But I know that it's probably one of those things that just means, oh, here's our way of saying we need you to have a psych evaluation on this file for our records, and we don't have it. And because we don't have it, therefore we're lacking evidence. So, okay. But I want to say that I'm actually pretty nervous. I've been reading and even checking here on YouTube too about other experiences with their psych evaluators, and for some people, I seem to be seeing that it's kind of a mixed bag, and it really depends on what state you live in and where you're going. But I've seen some people say that their evaluation was only like 15 minutes, and they felt like it was rushed, they felt like it was a joke, and it did absolutely nothing for them. And others have said that it's like, oh, it was a grueling 3 hour process. So I'm kind of terrified at that prospect, because I really don't know what to expect. And it's really hard when there's so much pressure on this one exam. And I know a psych evaluation is pretty it's very generic. There's nothing personal about it. But the fact that this is basically my only one shot to say certain things, to answer questions in a certain way, it's terrifying to me. And I'm like, it makes me think that it's like, if I don't know, maybe if I don't phrase something a certain way, or maybe if I don't make it seem like I'm struggling as much as I am, or maybe, let's say, the doctor himself doesn't see, like, or doesn't really get a certain feeling from me that, I think that I'm portraying well, but he just doesn't pick up on it. That terrifies me, because it's like, is this, is all of my my own life experience. It's all that other like data that I have that I've shown to you. Like, does all that get thrown out of the window? Does it mean nothing now just because I had this one evaluation from this one person? And it really sucks. It really terrifies me because, again, it's putting me in a position where I feel like I have to prove myself. I have to tell someone else that, hey, you know, I do have issues. Things are very difficult for me, and I can't work, and here's why. And it's really like it's really hard having to explain to someone, and almost like it feels almost like begging, like you asking someone to please, just please believe you and give you the benefit of the doubt. It's like, who knows better than me to know that, I'm not capable of doing these things? And it's like, especially with like my therapist, she has seen all of the progress that I've made throughout the years with other things that were very difficult for me. She's seen that I'm a changed person. She sees that, like, and I know that I try and I try very hard every single day of my life, but it's still not at a level where I'm like, I'm not ready for that. I can't handle that. It's still very much because I'm not all together. I'm not intact. I definitely can't put myself out there. So it's just really like, I feel like all my chips are on the table and they're really dependent on this one exam. And I'm really praying that, I'm basically going to just answer these questions and they're very like, very straightforward and but that they will allow me to at least elaborate on certain things that affect me. Like, I hope I'll be able to establish that I have a history of trauma. I hope that I'll be able to establish that I do have some PTSD. I hope that he'll like, see how intense my depression is. I hope, just so many other things. And it's like, I just don't want this to be yet another person saying like she's fine. It just like it would really devastate me. So that's really been freaking me out lately, and I don't know if any of you guys have had this experience with dealing with disability and having to get an evaluation, having to feel judged just so much by the state, by everyone, by people that you think are like not really even listening to you. They're just like, hey, don't really care about what you have to say. Doesn't sound good enough to me. Blah blah blah. So, so yeah, that's like just something I really wanted to get out there, get off my chest, and I hope that if anyone is out there who's gone through this, feel free to share your experience about, how it was for you to basically get evaluated and, how that actually ended up for you because I'm hoping for a positive outcome. I'm praying. I've been waiting for almost 3 years now. But, it's really terrifying. So, with that, I am going to wrap things up, and I will, as always, thank you again for watching, and bye!